Welcome to Celtic Christmas Music number 75. I am Marc Gunn. I'm a Celtic musician with Christmas music, and I'm also a podcaster, and we are promoting Celtic culture through Christmas cheer. Today's show is a re-release of episode number 537 of the Irish and Celtic Music podcast. This is one of the other podcasts I host that features, obviously, Irish and Celtic music from around the world, and it's a fantastic show, so go definitely go check it out at CelticMusicPodcast.com. Now, every year I produce a Celtic Christmas episode over there as well, and I usually release those episodes on this feed, but I didn't do it for several years. So this year I was struck with the idea that I could slowly release episodes and build up to the regular season of the show, and that's what we're doing. I have a new season in the planning stages, but that means I need to find patrons to financially make new episodes of this podcast happen. For as little as $1 per episode, you can support new Celtic Christmas music on this podcast and have it shared with thousands of Celtic and Christmas music fans around the world. It doesn't cost much to spread Celtic Christmas cheer, but your small donation does help me immensely to produce these episodes. So the first 3 episodes of the year are all repodcasts, and so I will not be charging you for those episodes, so it won't cost you a dime. But if you enjoy the shows, it would mean a lot to me if you would become a Celtic Christmas patron. It is completely different from the patronage of the Irish and Celtic Music podcast. You'll find a link to it all in the show notes at CelticChristmasPodcast.com. And of course, if you hear music you love, you can support the artist as well. Visit the show notes to find out more. Without further ado, let's listen to the 2021 Celtic Christmas special of the Irish and Celtic Music podcast. Now look, Hanadeve, it's the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, show number 537, Christmas Special. Conadiv, and welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, helping you celebrate Celtic culture through music. I am Marc Gunn. I am a musician and podcaster and Christmas music lover. And 4 times a month, I share my love of Irish and Celtic music from around the globe with you. I hope you find a new favorite Celtic band or musician to fall in love with. But I'm here for the artists as well as you, and the artists in this show need your support. You can do that by buying their music or telling a friend about the band you found. You can find a link to all of the artists along with show times for each song when you visit our website at CelticMusicPodcast.com. You can also support this podcast on Patreon. Christmas is just a couple days away, so we're going to celebrate with a wonderful episode of Happy Celtic Christmas music. We kicked it off with Adam Young. That was Winter Sets In from Yearbook. Next up is Terry McDade with the McDades. This is Jezebel Carol from their new Christmas album, Midwinter.
Joseph was an old man was he, when he courted lovely Mary, the Queen of Galilee. When he courted lovely Mary, the Queen of Galilee. And Joseph and Mary walked through an orchard green, where berries and cherries hung down from every tree. Where berries and cherries hung down from every tree. Mary said to Joseph, so meek and so mild, won't you pick a cherry for your wife who goes with child? Won't you pick a cherry for your wife who goes with child? And Joseph flew in anger, he didn't understand. Let the father of this baby pluck a fruit with his own hand. Let the father of this baby pluck a fruit with his own hand. Then up spoke the baby from in his mother's womb. Bow down your tall branches, let my mother share your fruit. Bow down your tall branches, let my mother share your fruit. So down bent the cherry tree to his mother's hand, and she said, my dear Joseph, 5 cherries by command. She said, my dear Joseph, 5 cherries by command. When he saw the branches bow down by command, he said, forgive me, darling, I've been a foolish man. He said, forgive me, darling, I've been a foolish man.
lovely laughter down the hall. Tucked in tight, I lie awake enthralled. Too young to join the fun, I grew and they were done. Christmas Eve, bittersweet reverie. So nostalgic, I imagine it to be. Men and women, old and wise and worn, sharing secrets through to Christmas morn. A toast the host agrees, a fine collection we. Christmas Eve, bittersweet reverie. There was one less table setting at the meal. I found out what exactly wasn't real. And every year I yearn, I wish I could return. Christmas Eve, bittersweet reverie. Just drop by there just because, just to hear them laugh out loud and maybe make them proud. Christmas Eve, bittersweet reverie. And lovely laughter down the hall. Tucked in tight, they lie awake enthralled. Too young to join the fun, they'll grow and I'll be done. Christmas Eve, bittersweet reverie. Toast the host agrees, a fine collection we. Christmas Eve, bittersweet reverie. Christmas Eve, bittersweet reverie.
After the McDades came Atlys. They have a new single out. It is called A Celtic. First, Noel. Then came The Fire with the Cherry Tree Carol from The Fire's Very Scottish Christmas. Gaelynn Leah was after that with Angels We Have Heard on High from Deepest, Darkest, Brightest Dawn. And finally, Steel City Rovers with Christmas Eve Reverie from Grand Misadventures. One of my favorite things to do in this podcast is to get your feedback. What are you doing today while listening to the podcast? You can send a written comment along with a picture of what you're doing while listening. Email a voicemail message to celticpodcast@gmail.com. Deidre Winnie emailed, "Good podcast. Happy Thanksgiving. What am I doing, you ask? I'm sitting. I started doing some decorating this morning and stepped backwards off the step stool and landed in a basket full of toys. LOL. Luckily, our big dinner is Saturday." Oh my goodness, Deidre, I hope you're okay. But it sounds like a good time to be sitting, especially on Thanksgiving or whenever you are listening to the podcast. I like to listen when I'm running and sometimes when I'm doing dishes and such. Peter Bingston emailed, "Hi Mark, I'm on the 5th cycle of walking all the residential streets in my adjacent neighborhoods. It takes me about a month and a half to complete a cycle. After each cycle, I walk part of the bicycle and walking loop around Tucson. I do that for 2 or 3 weeks and then on to my 6th cycle of walking in neighborhoods. I'm always listening to music as I walk. I cycle between Your Celtic Music podcasts, Bluegrass Music, and Symphony Hall on Sirius XM. Thanks for all you do to produce the Irish and Celtic Music podcast. I've got a couple of photos to share with you, but I couldn't get them inserted into this message. I'll try later today." Thank you, Peter, for all the wonderful photos you've been sending this past year, and also for upping your patronage over on Patreon. I really appreciate it. And finally, Thomas Bondi emailed from Plymouth, Michigan. "Mark, regarding the Creelers, 6th and Porter that you've played a few times, I thought you'd dig the attached photos of the Irish Workers Row House that currently stands near 6th and Porter in Detroit's historic Corktown neighborhood and was presumably the inspiration for the song Cheers." Thank you, Thomas. You can see those pictures in the show notes for this Celtic Christmas episode, show number 537. And of course, it's been a long time since I've played the Creelers on the show. Maybe into the new year, I will look into that. I know they split up many years back. We're going to continue on with the music. Next up is Brother C with Royal Parade from a single.
In the dark of night, without royal parade, a king was born and history made. a light in his eyes, and we live by this flame. It's Christmas time again, all over again. We're gonna do it all over again, all over again. Driving home for Christmas Day, can you feel the jubilation? Love and laughter all the way for an old sad celebration. Love is true, me and you, with the feeling fine. This
after Brother C came Sharon Shannon with Christmas Time Again from a single that she released. Then Gaelynn with A Jig for Christmas and Merry Christmas. Triskele was after that with Céad Míle Failte from Christmas Is a Comin, their new album. And finally, Abbots Cross with Shabeg Shamor and the first Noel from Christmas Visions. And Abbots Cross and Gaelynn Leah were both on the Celtic Christmas podcast. There's a feature about their albums. You can find that at CelticChristmasPodcast.com. Thank you so much, patrons of the podcast. Because of your kind and generous support, this show comes out, like I said, 4 times a month. Your generosity funds the creation, promotion, and production of the show. It allows us to attract new listeners and help our community grow. As a patron, you get to hear episodes before regular listeners. When we hit a milestone, you get an extra long episode. You can pledge $1 or more per episode and cap how much you want to spend each month over on Patreon. And if you pledge $5 or more per episode, you'll also get the all-new music-only episodes. I introduce the show, play non-stop music for nearly an hour, and then close the show. Plus, you get access to hundreds of free Celtic MP3 downloads. A super special thanks to our amazing Celtic legends who so generously support this show. Thank you to Dan McDade, Carol Burrill, Miranda Nelson, Nancy Barnett, Kevin Long, Linda McNeil, Annie Lokowski, Travis Sinzaki, and Sean Callie. You can become a generous patron of the podcast on Patreon at songhenge.com. And if you love Christmas, I mentioned it a moment ago, but the Celtic Christmas podcast highlights bands and musicians who do Celtic music and also Christmas music. And then, of course, the Celtic Christmas podcast focuses a bit on promoting playlists right now on Spotify, but we'll see how that changes in the future. But the main goal in doing so is to helping these artists get their music heard even more. When you add bands to playlists, it really actually helps those songs get extra notice, not just in the playlist from you listening, but others listening as well. People find the music. It also fits into the Spotify algorithm that says, this is an extra cool song. So add some of these tracks to your playlist, whether you're on Spotify or Amazon Music or Pandora or wherever you are. There is a new Celtic Christmas 2021 playlist that is now online. You can find it at CelticChristmasPodcast.com and subscribe to the podcast. Next up is Steel Clover with Snowflakes from their album, Season of Love.
Snow's here to stay, more on the way. Streets quiet and hushed as I trek through the slush. Snowflakes fall with grace, walking to your place makes me want to run if I could. Can't wait to see you again.
bell. Let's all sing a rousing chorus, raise your voices, spread good cheer. Joy and peace and love surround us, Yuletide comes but once a year.
As I sat at my window last evening, the letterman brought it to me. A little gilt-edged invitation saying, Gilhooly, come over to tea. Sure, I knew that the Fogarty sent it, and I went just for old friendship's sakes. But the first thing they gave me to tackle was a slice of Miss Fogarty's cake. Now there was plums and prunes and cherries, there was citrons and raisins and cinnamon too. There was nutmeg, cloves and berries, and a crust that was nailed on with glue. There was caraway seeds in abundance, sure 'twould build up a fine stomach ache. It would kill a man twice after eating a slice of Miss Fogarty's Christmas cake. Miss Mulligan wanted to taste it, but
After Steel Clover came Reilly with We Three Kings of Orient are from Kick-Ass Celtic Christmas. Then came my holiday single is called Yuletide. Then Stephanie Clausen with Shepherds Shake Off Your Drowsy Slumber from Light So Bright, Carols and Tunes for Christmas. And then came Screaming Orphans with Miss Fogarty's Christmas Cake. That's from their brand new Christmas album, Happy Christmas Volume 1. And finally, We Banjo 3 with Joy to the World from their new Christmas album, A Winter Wonderful. I hope you had a magical time listening to this show and that you found some new favorite Celtic Christmas music and it becomes something that you listen to maybe for Christmas or for Christmas Eve or just any time during the year if it makes you happy. But if you did enjoy this show, then please share it with a friend or on social. We are here to build our diverse Celtic community and help the incredible artists who so generously share their music with you. So if there's something in this show that inspired you, please support the musicians. You can buy their CDs, digital downloads, shirts, pens, stickers, songbooks. You can follow them on streaming, and many of these artists are on Patreon. I know We Banjo 3, they just started Patreon recently. And of course, I also appreciate it when you drop them an email to let them know you heard them on the Irish and Celtic Music podcast. Every week, you can get Celtic music news in your inbox. The Celtic Music Magazine is a quick and easy way to plug yourself into more great Celtic culture. Subscribe and get 34 Celtic MP3s for free. All right, we have one final track to play for the season. It is from Runa. This is The Snows They Melt the Soonest and Wondrous Love from their Christmas album, The Tide of Winter. I thank you so much for listening to the show and being here each and every week. Next week is the best Celtic music of 2021 by your votes. I want to thank everyone who voted. I'm excited to share this show with you. So, meantime, here is Runa, Nella Canadiv and Sláinte.
What wondrous love is this, oh my soul, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul. shall set me to the stile and kiss and take your leave. But I'll stay here till the woodcock comes and the martlet takes his way. Since the snow high melts the soonest last, when the winds begin to sing, when the winds begin to
Celtic Christmas music was produced by Marc Gunn. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. The show is supported by Christmas music lovers just like yourself over on Patreon. Join others to spread Christmas cheer. You can sign up for as little as $1 per episode. That's nothing in the holiday season, how much money is spent. So more is always better, but $1, just make a pledge. Visit our website, subscribe to the podcast. You'll find links to all the artists played in this episode. Please tell one friend about this podcast. Word of mouth is the absolute best way to support any creative endeavor. Promote Celtic culture through Christmas music at CelticChristmasPodcast.com. Na Lecanna Díobh.